Everyone. So I think this might be the end of Alexander Volkanovski's title reign. It might be the end of this winning streak, which could be horrible for him. And I think Ilia Topuria is going to be the guy to do it. There's a lot of factors that make me think that he's going to be the one to do it, such as age. Volkanovski's 35, which not a lot of fighters in the lower weight classes keep the same performance at 35. There's been even less champions defending their title at that age in those lower weight classes. He's coming off of a head kick KO up a weight class that brutally got him knocked out, and this isn't like he took 6 months off to recover. No, he's coming off 3 months just of that. And also, mind you, technically has to be even less because of training camp. So maybe 1.5 months of recovery and then just back into training. That's not going to end well for me, in that opinion. I just can't see that doing anything good. And Topuria is a knockout artist. Anyone who's discrediting, well, who is he knocked out of it? And I'm like, it doesn't really matter. It's just proven that this guy's got power. Dropping Josh Emmett, who was a warrior in that fight, which was crazy. That's a very good fight I'll bring up later. Jai Herbert up a weight class. I know he got dropped in that fight. It was on short notice for Ilia Topuria. I don't think not enough people are mentioning that whenever someone's like, well, he got dropped by Jai Herbert. He went up a weight class on 2 weeks notice, I believe, and freaking made that man fucking spiral on the feet before being flipped over and KO'd. That's how badly Ilia Topuria hit him. That's the level of power that this guy has. Freaking who else he did that? Bryce Mitchell, he brutalized him on the feet, took him to the ground, submitted him. So that's a good performance to have for that. There's among other things that just happened in there. I think the worst thing that we have to deal with right now that I don't think enough people are talking about is frame and reach, where Volkanovski's used to fighting guys like Topuria, not like Topuria, sorry, like Holloway, Yair Rodriguez, Brian Ortega, Islam Makhachev, these guys who are not only kind of bigger than him, but taller than him. Just that reach, he has a reach advantage against most of these fighters, like Max Holloway specifically, but Topuria is 5'6", so slightly taller than him, and his most recent fight for Topuria was against Josh Emmett, who was also a pretty short guy. And I am not in any way trying to compare Josh Emmett to Alexander Volkanovski. Alexander Volkanovski will give struggles to Topuria. I'm just saying, frame-wise, they're more similar than if Topuria fought Holloway. The last guy that Volkanovski fought that was anywhere near his frame was Chad Mendes. And yes, that is a complete different Volkanovski that I will give I'll fully say that is not the Volkanovski that we've seen recently. That was just still kind of finding his thing of that. He was more grappling centric and then just picked it up crazy. But he still struggled in that fight against him, and that frame kind of thing, just something he's not used to. And I mean, that's just how it's going to be. But Topuria has more experience with that recently against him. And Topuria's got the confidence. If you've seen what he is posting and tweeting, you're going to get that of his Instagram bio literally has him being the featherweight champion. He's saying he's going to beat Volkanovski in 1 round. I think it's all just publicity and getting into Volkanovski's head. And I think it's working in a sense because it's irritating him, which damn right it should, because I mean that would piss anybody off. But I think Topuria is marking this fight and is setting himself up to become a superstar if he wins this fight. If he loses, it's going to look horrible for him and another notch on Volkanovski's belt. But I just see Topuria winning this fight. I think he's going to KO him in the 3rd round because Volkanovski, the downside of having a long range is that in the pocket, you're not as good because it takes longer for your strikes to connect of it, where if you have someone with a shorter reach, they're gonna land their mark first in the pocket. In fighting, Topuria is not gonna fear going to the ground with him. He's gonna be able to throw up submissions. He's gonna hopefully stuff a takedown maybe. And then just some of this guy's combinations he can string in the pockets are just brutal and will, I think, maybe take the head off of Volkanovski if he lands one of his uppercuts. Because all I'm thinking about this is Volkanovski's turning into a punch, his head's down, or he's going in for a takedown. Topuria times a perfect uppercut and just lights go out, and that's the end of Volkanovski's title reign. We have a new champion, which I didn't think I was like, I don't know when that would happen or if he might have retired before that, but I just think Topuria's going to win this fight, and there's just a lot of evidence that I can't overlook. Now, yes, and I do say Volkanovski does have a chance of winning this fight. I think he always does. You should never really count him out, especially how good he is, what he has done to fighters like Yair Rodriguez. Getting out of those Brian Ortega submissions kind of makes me feel like he would survive a Topuria submission, just because Topuria doesn't really use his submission game as much besides that Bryce Mitchell fight. So I don't think he needs to worry about getting submitted. It's more just about getting knocked out or getting dropped. Because even if he gets dropped, that's just not going to be good. The damage is going to carry over. It's going to put that in Volkanovski's head. If Topuria falls to the ground where he's not afraid of getting submitted and just starts delivering hammer fist, punches, all of that until the ref pulls him off. But I do think it's going to be a third round KO from Alexander Volkanovski, kind of trying to move to the side out of the pocket of Topuria and gets perfectly timed with an uppercut or a hook on whichever side he's turning, and just lights go out, and then everybody cries. Goodbye.